Yo! Hi everybody, this is Kelvin here, and today we're here with a tip, trick, secrets of Dungeon Quest. Yes, so after having been playing Dungeon Quest for roughly 6 months now, it's actually a little bit more than that, I decided that I was going to make another one of these trick, tips, secrets video where I can pretty much teach you guys, and hopefully this will help you guys out when it comes to your Dungeon Quest journey into becoming a super god or super pro. But before I begin, you know what to do. Smash that like button, share, subscribe, everything as such, and without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Alrighty guys, so we're gonna start with the first tip right here. This one is a little secretive and it's really useful for trying to avoid people. Sometimes you might enter into a server and then people go like, oh hey, it's a YouTuber, oh my gosh, it's Kelvin GTS. Technically that's more my problem, not your guys' problem. I don't think that really happens to too many people at the same time, but I'm pretty lucky this time that nobody's crowding me, so I can show you guys what's happening. So this is a little bit of a secret I think not everybody knows. So sometimes I like to just jump into the water, swim all the way down under these platforms right here. I'm talking about right around this area. So as you guys probably know already by playing Dungeon Quest, if you swim too far down, you actually will end up dropping out of the map and dying. But this little nook and cranny right here, if you can actually put your character right here, I assure you 9 out of 10 people in a server can't find you. Yeah, there might be that one really extra person. They're gonna search all around, they're gonna swim all around, or they even know the secret areas and they watch this video to find out where you are. But for those who didn't watch this video, they probably don't know. So yeah guys, this is just the first tip, very easy one. For the next few tips, I assure you will be a little bit more dungeon based. But yes guys, one more time, if you need to find a place to hide from your friends, hide and seek, things like that, under the map in this nook and cranny, it's gonna be a little hard to see. So yeah. Number 2 on the list is watch out for the groups after each of the bosses. I think this tip right here is actually quite reasonable and it should be quite obvious. Have you guys ever noticed every time you guys finish up a pretty difficult boss, we have a massive amount of players in dungeons, especially when you're doing groups, just dying immediately after. And it turns out that almost every single dungeon in Dungeon Quest right now, there's always a group of mobs that are extremely difficult to beat or in a position where they can literally one-shot you. Sometimes in Canal, Samurai, Ghastly Harbor, and any lower level dungeons, right after a boss, there's always a group of ranged attackers or maybe a group of warriors that will pretty much mob you if you move ahead of your team. So that's something to be very careful about, because if you don't pay attention to that and if you don't take note of that, what happens is you might have worked your way through an entire boss doing your solo runs or as a team. It's very difficult. You finally beat it and guess what? You die right after. And if you're doing hardcore, well, bye-bye dungeon. So guys, this tip right here just wants to remind every one of you to pay very close attention to the group of mobs right after every single boss. Well, nobody wants to die and you don't need me to remind you twice. So let's move on. And third on the list is jumping to increase your speed runs. Yes, a lot of you notice on my streams that I like to jump a lot, and downhill or uphill, and ever since the introduction of Pirate Map, Pirate Island, Dungeon Quest has been using elevations to build maps. What I mean by elevations is you can go downhill to uphill, uphill to downhill, and there might be bridges that you can go across. And guys, because how the game works and because how frames work and how they render on your computer, by jumping downhill, you actually end up speeding up your run. Obviously, this could be said about jumping uphill, it could also slow down your run as well. But guys, by determining which map out there is the right map to jump downhill, jump uphill, or even not jump at all, you can speed up your runs immensely. We're talking about shaving seconds off each run, and if you're doing multiple runs a day, you're saving minutes off your time, and within weeks, you're saving hours, and within months, you're saving days. So everybody, go and do some dungeons, try to figure out where you can find these areas where there's a huge elevation difference, where you're going uphill, downhill, downhill, uphill, and do some jumps, test your runs, and see how you can speed up there. But I can assure you, with my busy schedule, shaving off seconds off my runs each time I do a dungeon, just simply by doing a few jumps, is extremely worth it, and I think everybody should be picking that up. Alright guys, this is number 4 on the list. we have cosmetic speed runs. Well, not really, it's more like cosmetic speed bonuses. As rumor says, cosmetic angelic guardian armor gives a bit of a speed boost when it comes to going through the dungeon. And in this tip, I will be trying to debunk it. Yes, I'm going to be doing 2 speed runs where I'm going to be using. There will be a speed run where I will be comparing the angelic guardian armor versus a non-cosmetic run in Winter Outpost Nightmare. I'm gonna try my best to finish them as quickly as possible, and there probably will be a difference. I do have to say that if there is a difference, do take this with a grain of salt because there could be human error involved, and if the results from this test are not a big, clear difference, I'm gonna refrain myself from trying to make a conclusion here. So let's go! Alright everybody, so there you guys go. As you can see by the results, cosmetic armor did show a tiny bit of a quicker run. But however, since the difference was such a small amount, so negligent, right? I do not want to make a conclusion. I can't tell you right now if the cosmetic really is a lot quicker or not, but at least we can confirm that cosmetics don't slow you down. Alright, hopefully this solved the problem, guys. I purposely chose Angelic Guardian armor because this specific armor was rumored to be a little quicker than the rest of the cosmetics. But I can tell you this, guys, even if there was a huge speed boost, there probably is a speed cap based on how fast you can run, so that's why the difference wasn't much. Well, with that being said, let's move on to number 5. Alright, so the 5th thing on the list, this is the last one, is I'm going to tell you guys how to predict the updates. I will be using past releases from previous updates, calculating the time between each update, calculating the average. You can pretty much predict the update, and I'll show you guys right here. Alright, so let's start off with some of the dates that we need to consider, right? We have Pirate Island, came out March 22nd. We have King's Castle, April 6th. Underworld, April 27th. Wave Defense, May 26th. And yes, I'm counting Wave Defense in this because it was a pretty major update. And we have June 8th for Samurai Palace. July 17th for the Canals. And then we have Ghastly Harbor, August 26th. The dates you really want to focus on is our last 3 dungeons. Samurai Palace, the Canals, and Ghastly Harbor. So the time between Samurai Palace update and the Canals was pretty much 39 days. That's roughly around 5 weeks or so, while the Canals to Ghastly Harbor was around 40 days, which is also roughly 5 weeks or so. But now, how do we determine our next update? By going back on the release date for Ghastly Harbor, which is August 26th, we're gonna add around 40 to 41 days to our equation and try to predict the next dungeon update coming up. Adding 40 days onwards since August 26th, I'm gonna predict that we're either gonna get news or we're gonna get an update this weekend on this Saturday. Of course, take that with a grain of salt. VCafe could be extending this by a full week, but hopefully you guys can understand the patterns, know the history of Dungeon Quest, and maybe help yourself predict when the next update's coming up. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you did enjoy this video and found it helpful in any way, you know what to do. Smash that like button, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications. And of course, Skittle Squad, if you purchase the merch, make sure you wear it, let me know in the group, and I will rank you guys to a Jack rank so you can represent. Until we play again next time. Peace out, y'all.